Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is It's now Erev Pesach. Today, right before Pesach, and welcome everybody. It's now the day right before Pesach, and everybody is welcome here. And we wish everybody a Chag HaPesach kosher v'sameach, a and ubari, a healthy and kosher and happy Pesach together with your families. This is now we're now getting ready to say we're now getting ready to do the Siyum. Before we do the Siyum Bechorim, which is a little bit of introduction. If anybody doesn't have materials they need for Pesach, please contact me because it's probably still possible to get what you need. Here in the Netherlands, there are many supermarkets who are selling non-Jewish supermarkets who are selling matzahs. Please note that many of the matzahs are not kosher for Pesach. If you need something for Pesach, please let us know. Something for the Seder, something for whatever it is. And further, I want to say that today is the Siyum Bechorim. It's actually the fast. It's actually the fast day of the firstborn, because when the Jews left Egypt. So the night before the Jews left Egypt, all firstborn of the Egyptians were killed. They died in a plague. And when the firstborn of the Egyptians died in a plague, the firstborn of the Jewish people were saved. And because the firstborn of the Jewish people were saved, and because there could be a feeling, there could be a possibility that the Jewish people, the firstborn men of the Jews, just like the firstborn of Egyptians, could have, God forbid, also been killed in the night before Pesach. So therefore, there is a fast day, which is instituted by the sages, the day before Pesach, to fast, that the firstborn male children fast, and somebody and a fellow who has a firstborn male child who is under bar mitzvah should also fast. But because we are entering the Pesach holiday now, and it's not a good idea to enter the Pesach holiday fasting. So the sages recommended that we make a siyum, we finish a tractate of the Talmud and because when you finish a tractate of the Talmud, you're supposed to have a festive meal. So therefore, when we have the festival, when we finish a tractate of the Talmud and we eat, so therefore our fast is broken, and therefore we do not have to fast. This is a virtual siyum. This is a virtual finishing of a tractate. Concerning a virtual finishing of a tractate, the rabbinical authorities have allowed it this year because of the situation that we're all just like when we went out of Egypt. We're all just together on the Seder night. We're just together with our families, and God willing, we should also be able to have, like it says in Yeshaya, in the prophet Isaiah, it says, "Ki mei tzedcha me'eretz Mitzrayim erenani flot," just like the days of the Exodus from Egypt, I will let you see miracles. So too, we should merit the miracle that just like we're sitting today with our families, like the first Exodus from Egypt, we should merit the miracle that that we're sitting here just like the first Exodus from Egypt, and we should go out of this exile very speedily. That said, we are only allowed to do a virtual finishing of a tractate because we have a certain circumstance this year. Unfortunately, the plague, which has affected the whole world, brings us into our houses, and we're all isolated, and therefore we can't attend a siyum a finishing of a tractate, but it is very much recommended that people should finish their own tractate. And you can finish your own tractate by doing by saying for yourself, either in Hebrew or in English or in whichever language you know, the first 5 chapters of Pirkei Avot, of Ethics to the Fathers. And if you say that, you can make your own siyum, and that's ideal. Because the siyum, which we're saying together right now, is not ideal, so therefore it's highly recommended that people also redeem their fast by giving the value of the food they will eat also to charity, to tzedakah. And I highly recommend giving to kolelchabad.org, the organization which helps thousands and thousands of Jewish poor in Israel, and was actually selected by the Israeli government to provide the needs of many Jewish poor in Israel. So if you are listening to the virtual tractate, and even if you decide yourself, now I'm going to make my own siyum, I'm going to go turn off Rabbi Heinz, and I'm going to take my siddur, and I'm going to read for myself and learn for myself and think about for myself the first 5 chapters of Pirkei Avot, of Ethics of the Fathers. It's still very highly recommended to give to charity before Pesach. It's actually a question of Jewish law that we should give to charity before Pesach. It's actually a question of Jewish law that we should give to charity before Pesach for the Jewish poor. So I highly recommend doing that. kolelchabad.org. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to finish. Pirkei Avot. We're going to finish the tractate Avot, and as I said, we're only going to do the first 5 sections. The reason why it's only the first 5 sections is the 6th chapter of Pirkei Avot is actually not part of the Ethics of the Fathers, the original Ethics of the Fathers. It was later, which is a tractate of the Mishnah. It was later added on because of the minhag, because of the custom to learn Pirkei Avot, Ethics of the Fathers, between Pesach and Shavuot, and because we are on the Shabbat, and because we have 6 Shabbatot between Pesach and Shavuot, so therefore there was a 6th chapter added, and that 6th chapter, it says itself in the beginning as an introduction, Shanu Chachamim B'Lashon HaMishnah, the sages taught us in the language of the Mishnah. Actually, these are statements of the sages. The 6th chapter are statements of the sages which do not come from the Mishnah, but are from the Mishnaitic era. They're from the Tanaim, they're from the sages of the Mishnah, but it's actually a later addition, which was only added not the tractate, but was only added for the saying of Pirkei Avot between Pesach and Shavuot. And some people have a custom to continue saying Pirkei Avot the entire summer. The Ein Kama Makom. This is not the place to discuss this. Going back to our finishing of Pirkei Avot, I will take the Pirkei Avot from Kahati. Yehuda ben Tema Omer, we do the last few Mishnayot. Yehuda ben Tema said, Havi az kenemer, be easy as a leopard, strong as a leopard. Kal kanesher, easy as an eagle. Ratz ketzvi, run as a gazelle. Begibor kari, and you should be strong as a lion. Lasos Chutzon Avicha Shebashamayim, to do the will of your Father in heaven. Huaya Omer, he said, Eis Panim Legehenim, somebody who is conceited and he is conceited. He goes to Gehenna, he goes to the hell. If he's very uncouth in front of other people, Uboshet Panim Lagan Eden, and somebody who is shy goes to the paradise. Yirat Samba Fanecha Hashem Elokeinu Elokei Avoseinu. Hashem Elokeinu Shitibane Beirecha B'Meheru Yameinu V'Sein Chalkeinu B'Sasach. May it be God's will that Hashem, we be God's will that our city Yerushalayim should be rebuilt, speeding in our days, and Hashem should give us a portion of His Torah. Why Omer? He used to say the same thing in Tema. Ben Chamishana Mikra. When you're 5 years old, you should start learning Chumash. Ben Esher Shana Mishnah. When you're 10 years old, you should learn a Mishnah. You start learning Mishnah. Mitzvahs. When you're 13, you get the obligation to do mitzvahs. Not the bar is the main thing. At the bar mitzvah, but the mitzvah is the main thing. Then Chamesh Talmud. When you're 15, you should start learning Gemara. Then Shmones Chuppah. When you're 18, you should get married. Then Eschem Lirdov. When you're 20, you should start working. Then Shlosh Makoyach. Or if you're 30, that's for strength. Then Arbaim Labina. 40 is for the year. 40 is for when you're 40. It's the year of understanding. Then Chamishim La'etza. If you're 50, that's the time when you can give advice. Then Shishim Lazikna. When you're 60, you become old. I'm old, I guess. Then Shivim Laseva. When you're 70, you have a different kind of oldness. Then Shmoinim Lagvura. When you're 80, you get severity. Then Tishim Lasuach. When you're 90, you start speaking, chatting. I don't know if they chat on the internet in those days. Ben Meya Ki'ilu Meis Vavim Ha'olam. If you're 100, you're as if you were dead and we're not from the world anymore. Ben Bagbal Oimer. Ben Bagbal used to say Ben Bagbal was actually one of the Geirim which came to Hillel Hazaken, Hillel the elder. There are two Hillels, there's Hillel the elder and there's Hillel minor, Hillel Kotem. So Ben Bagbal was one of the Geirim. It was a few famous stories with Geirim which came to Hillel, and he called himself Bagbag. Bagbag is actually the Beit and Gimel is actually Gematria Hey. Hey is the name of Hashem, is the symbol of the name of Hashem, and that's why he became a ger. He added Hashem to his life. He became a Jewish. He was a proselyte. Hafachba. You should turn the Torah backwards and forwards and delve into it. V'cholaba. Everything is in the Torah. Even mathematics, even electricity, even everything. Ovat techazi. And in the Torah you will see and find things. V'sivu baleba. And you should become old and worn in the Torah. U'mana l'tazua. And don't ever leave the Torah. She'ein mida tova imenu. That there's nothing better than Torah. Ben Hey Oimer. Ben Hey says, Agra. Ben Hey says, according to the pain is the reward. The more you delve in, and the more you put yourself extra into learning Torah, that the more you get the reward. We now finished the Masechta. I'm going to soon go eat this. This is egg matzah. Egg matzah. Now, I just wanted to point out to people, egg matzah is kosher for Passover. It says on the side of the egg matzah, if you look at the side of some of the labels, it says, sometimes it says it only in a hint, sometimes it says otherwise. Egg matzah is not, according to Ashkenazic custom, is only eaten by people who are old and people who can't take regular matzah. And at any rate, they do not fulfill the obligation for the Pesach Seder. Sephardim do eat egg matzah, what's called matzah ashira, rich man's matzah, which is baked with matzah which is baked with other liquids than water, such as eggs and fruit juice. But now, being that it's not yet at 12. It's not yet the half of the day, and it's we actually in the Netherlands not the half of the day, but 4 hours of the day. So at 11:24 in the Netherlands, we will not be able to eat chametz anymore. But it's an ideal thing to eat the egg matzah for the siyum because your house is already clean for Pesach, right? Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat some egg matzah. And just to mention to you again, anybody who needs anything for the Pesach Seder, please, or for the Pesach, please contact me and we will see how we can help you. And just to mention that some of the stores in Holland are selling, some of the non-Jewish supermarkets in Holland are selling matzahs. Not all of the matzahs are kosher at Pesach. Some are actually chometz, some are actually considered leaven according to Jewish law. If you need matzah or anything else for your Seder or anything else for the Pesach, please feel free to contact us. I can't guarantee you I can do something, but whatever we can do. And once more, ideally, you should make the siyum yourself. You should finish the tractate yourself, or you should attend a tractate. Being that this year it's not possible to attend the finishing of a tractate, so you are allowed, according to the rabbinical authorities, to see a virtual finishing of the tractate as this has been. However, the rabbinical authorities, being that it's not ideal, so they also recommend you giving the value of the food which you eat in addition to tzedakah, to charity. And I highly recommend kolchabad.org. I highly recommend that you give the charity to Kol Chabad, which also is supporting the Jewish poor throughout Israel and is appointed this year by the Israeli government to do so. Thank you very much. A kosher, happy, and absolutely healthy Pesach for everybody, and we should merit to, when we're spending the Pesach with our families, just like the first Pesach, when we were only with our direct family in our house. So we should merit, as the Balaturim says, we should merit that just like this is just like the going out of Egypt. We should merit we should merit to see the miracles of Mashiach, when it says in the prophet Yeshaya, the prophet Isaiah, that just as the days of the going out of Egypt, I will let you see miracles speedily, very quickly. Like it says in Nisan, our forefathers were redeemed from Egypt, and in Nisan they will be in the future redeemed very speedily. Thank you very much. Have a good day.